Hi everyone, this week we've got Sam back on the show. We've got a returning visitor from Homesearch, and we're going to be talking about the modern basics. As we find ourselves coming into a traditionally busy time of the year with less work time given with all the bank holidays, I want to talk to Sam about the modern basics. Now I know you're all thinking, what is the modern basics? So Sam, tell us, what is the modern basics, please?
Thanks, Lee. Hi everybody. I'm not going to claim that this is 100% the only modern basics, but certainly what we hear and see from the agents we work with every day is that really solid, like great estate agencies about three things. So it's about consistent lead generation, consistent lead conversion. It's no good getting loads of leads if they then just stick around and don't actually do anything with you. And then there's consistent client fulfillment. So keeping your promises, delivering on what you say you're going to do, getting them the results that actually matter to them rather than just treating people like numbers as well. And I think pretty obvious what the common theme across all those three things is, that it's consistency. You know, if it's basics that you're doing, the reason why basics work really well is because you're being consistent. So it's lead gen, lead conversion, client service. For me, that's what the modern basics are.
Okay. And just to ask you a little bit more on that, Sam. So for an agent, how do you do those?
Good question.
Difficult one too.
Yeah, I think let's talk about something that not many agents are doing, right?
Okay.
And let's put our estate agent, like business owner, hat on for a second. Doesn't matter if you've got one branch, doesn't matter if you've got 1,500, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every single estate agency out there wants more sellers, wants more landlords. I think that's pretty fair to say. And if we just focus on the sales side of it for this conversation, otherwise you and I will probably be here for longer than our allotted time. Right now, if you want more sellers, focus on the buyers. I think back to where I started my career, and every single person under the sun said the same thing to me that I'm saying now, right? Which is buyer management makes you a extremely successful, extremely predictable, extremely well-liked and well sought after real estate agent, right? It is the sort of prospecting that delivers again and again. And it's the prospecting that not all agents, but very few agents are not doing, particularly now, because they believe, I think incorrectly, that buyers don't make the money. Whereas buyers are your best opportunity to have real life market conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Think about if someone's thinking about selling their house, the first thing they do is they go on Rightmove, or they go on Zoopla, or they go on the market, or Boomin, or wherever, right? They don't call an estate agent. When they do call an estate agent, it's because they want an idea of what's happening with that home, or they're maybe ready to start looking, or they're getting further towards the point of where they're thinking about potentially selling. And so many agents just say, sorry, we've sold that one, particularly over the last 2 years.
Yep.
And they put the phone down, they say, we'll call you when we get something else. So they miss that opportunity to serve that person, to get them talking about their destination, which is really interesting to that person, right?
Yep.
So you can ask questions like, what does, your place that you're in now, what does it not have that you want your next place to definitely have? Now, that's a way better question to ask somebody, particularly as a buyer, than, and do you need to sell before you buy? That gets them opening up, it gets them talking, and what that translates into is more valuations for you as an estate agent.
Yeah, I think that is a fantastic question, because you've got to look at it from the point of the thing that's most important to that person is their next thing that they're doing. It's not
it's
that
the
they
move.
don't exactly.
Yeah.
It's not that they don't have that house for sale anymore. It's what's important to me is it's got to have 2 bathrooms, it's got to have downstairs toilet, it's got to have 3 bedrooms, it's got to have. That's what's important to me. It's not the other stuff that's important, as that's gone. It's why I was looking at that house is because it has this criteria that you can help service me on the next one that you get. And I totally like that. For me, I think I was, as I explained, it's about when we were selling our flat, and I know I don't want to bang on about my own experience, but the agent that was best at selling to me at the time was the one I used to sell the flat, because I felt like, well, if they're that good when I'm buying, when I need a buyer, how will they service me as the seller? So you have to think about it. And I think the buyers kind of ethos that you're talking about is something that is missed. But I want to ask you, Sam, instead of my rambling, which is, with focusing on that, how do you get in more front rooms then?
In terms of focusing on the buyers.
Yep.
Right. So I'm gonna follow up on your point that you just made there first before I answer that question. So we did some research like back end of 2018 into 2019, and we asked loads of people why they picked their estate agent. And there's probably hundreds of answers, right? But the two most common ones were they sold a house just like mine, or we met them as a buyer, we bought through them.
Yep.
And I think what so many estate agents do is they only focus on the first one. So they'll sell something and they'll look for people that they've never interacted with, and they'll say, look, I've just got record price. It's a really important message to share. And I'm not trying to take away from that, right? But you've got to then also realize that you've got the name and phone number and email address of all these people who have the potential to actually give you more business as well. All you need to do, and this will answer your question, is serve them, right? So if we talk about winning the business, right, getting invited out is 80% of winning the business. If you want to get invited out more, stop asking the question of, do you want a free, no obligation market appraisal on your home? We could get you a record price. You don't have to be thinking about selling. I'll just come and see you for 15 minutes, right? That reeks of commission breath, desperation, whatever you want to call it. If you do want to get invited out to more, and you are focusing on buyer management, buyer prospecting, buyer service, whatever you want to call it, just be helpful.
Yep.
Right? So the amount of stock on your register is a really good sign of just how helpful you actually are to your local marketplace. If you're registering more and more and more buyers because you've got a great register of well-priced stock, there's going to be loads of them that miss out. And there's going to be loads of them that will want to sell the house with the agent who either sells a house just like theirs, or the agent that they bought through, or better yet, the agent that showed them, like your story, the best service along the way. So tell them, let me make you a local. Loads of people are moving out of area or between areas now because we don't have to live where we work anymore. So great phrase that we sort of talk to our users about, and I think actually we stole it off one of our clients and sort of said it 3 times and claimed it as our own, is that let me make you a local. So send them information on what's happening in the area they want to buy in. That then translates into them going, wow, if that's what they do for their buyers, what are they going to do for me as their client when I come to sell? That's fantastic, right? Send them reports, send them market updates, but stay in touch and be helpful, because again, I come back to that point that I made earlier, right? Buyer management is the prospecting that very few agents are doing, and it is probably some of the most efficient, cost-effective, results-driven prospecting that any agent can do. So if you want more stock, talk to more buyers and just focus on being helpful.
I like that, Sam. And I think the consistency, being helpful, making them a local, I like all of the stuff you've been saying. And I thank you very much for coming on the show, Sam. And thanks for all your value insights.
Thank you.